World War III in the modern day Adolf Hitler, the annexation of Crimea, the modern day anschlauss. So let's start with what World War III is all about, which is going to be fought over Russia dismantling the United States because Vladimir Putin wants a greater Slavic state. So, for a history lesson, Vladimir Putin has stated his goal in 2005. He sees the dismantled independent states of the Soviet Union as being part of Russia. His goal is to reunite the former Slavic states and to establish the greater Slavic state of Russia. So, he said this back in 2005. First and foremost, it is worth acknowledging that the demise of the Soviet Union was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century. As for the Russian people, it became a genuine tragedy. Tens of millions of our fellow citizens and countrymen found themselves beyond the fringes of Russian territory. The epidemic of collapse has spilled over to Russia itself. And Vladimir Putin would want nothing more than to regain those territories. Let's have a history lesson. The anschlauss of 1938, Adolf Hitler annexed Austria, the Czech Republic, and he annexed them because he saw them as being part of the motherland of Germany. That Austria was predominantly German-speaking country. And the same as happened in Crimea. In 2014, Vladimir Putin annexed Crimea, which used to be part of Russia. And the main rationale of annexing Crimea was that they were predominantly Russian speakers and that they belonged to Russia. That is exactly what Adolf Hitler did, and it is Vladimir Putin that is repeating events of the past in this modern day. He took a page out of Adolf Hitler's textbook. That is what the modern day anschlauss was. This happened in 2014. Barack Obama is wrong. The Cold War never ended. Mitt Romney was right about this. This was the modern day anschlauss. Annex a region that predominantly speaks your language. And don't listen to these fucking morons that say that there was no collusion. These people are fucking retards. Their head is way up their ass. And they don't know shit about what the deep state is. It's not, oh, the deep state, the Democrats are here to bring down the right wing and all this. The deep state controls both parties, okay? The deep state put Donald Trump in because he is a proxy to give them the war that they want. You small minds keep on being all retarded, thinking Donald Trump's going to help America, that building the wall is going to help, that it is our best interest to dismantle NATO. You guys just get the fuck out of here, man. Just leave this to the grown people who understand how the real world works. This is the real world, so you fucking idiots, go try to make friends with Vladimir Putin, you fucking morons, and see how that does for you. You fucking deluded idiots. Because the far right did cause World War II. Economic catastrophe in the 1930s in the backing of far-right nationalist leaders like Hitler and Mussolini. We have seen this in Europe. We've seen this attempts in France to institute a right-wing nationalist puppet to create destabilization, and you have these little puppets like Marine Le Pen who wanted to drop out of the EU to dismantle Europe economically, and other regions of Europe, like Eastern Europe, that is designed for Vladimir Putin to make these areas easier to attack. And that's what Marine Le Pen and these right-wing puppets are, is they are puppets of the bankers in the New World Order. And even moderate centrists like Emmanuel Macron, well, they are bankers. And they are puppets as well. Vladimir Putin has free rein by the Zionist bankers to be the manufactured enemy for the military-industrial complex and the bankers to make bank off of another war. And that's what Vladimir Putin and the bankers are doing by backing the far right in Europe. As you're seeing history repeat itself. His tirades against NATO, trying to weaken it. Oh, pay up, NATO, even though it's false that NATO members are paying their fair share, that they don't owe the U.S. money. It's all dismantled to weaken NATO. This is how Donald Trump is a puppet of Russia. It's that Donald Trump has done business with the Russian oligarchs. The Russian oligarchs have kept his empire afloat, so he is beholden to Russia because of that. And he is doing the work of Vladimir Putin. He wants America to pull out of NATO. He doesn't want America to contribute to NATO. Vladimir Putin wants NATO to collapse so he can invade Eastern Europe, so he can take back these independent states, these independent Slavic states that he sees as belonging to a greater Slavic state of Russia. Let's break this all down. Woodrow Wilson, the president of World War I. Woodrow Wilson was elected in 1912. 1912 is a rat year. Elizabeth Warren, right? You have war in, clue, war in. That's a clue right there. Warren's going to be your next president. She is going to be elected in a rat year as well. 2020 Chinese Zodiac is a rat year. She's going to be elected in a rat year. Woodrow Wilson elected in a rat year. President of World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, was elected on November the 8th of 1932. Well, the proxy to Russia, the puppet that's serving the deep state, Donald Trump, was elected on November the 8th. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Donald Trump were both elected on November the 8th. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president during World War II, but it's Donald Trump that is the proxy, that is the puppet that is facilitating the coming world war that's going to be fought as a direct result of his presidency that the deep state orchestrated. That's the real story of Donald Trump in his election year and what it symbolizes. Elizabeth Warren is an ox. It is Warren that needs to bring down the modern-day Hitler. It is Adolf Hitler that was born in an ox year. Vladimir Putin is who she is going to be dealing with. Vladimir Putin is a dragon. That's number 5 in the Chinese zodiac order. You have Putin 5 letters. You have Trump 5 letters. Donald Trump's war is going to be World War III. It's going to be a direct result of Donald Trump's presidency and the Russians. Donald Trump's war equals 64. World War III equals 64. Vladimir Putin was 64 years old when Trump got elected, when he got inaugurated. It is the Zionist bankers that waged the wars. Israel Zion Synagogue of Satan equals 64 in Gematria. It is President Putin that equals 73 in Gematria. It is World War III that equals 73 in 37. It is impeached that equals 55 and 37. It is Pence 2019 that equals 55 and 37. Donald Trump elected on a date numerology of, election day was on a date numerology of 55. That's the real story that's going on with this. It's World War III that equals 88. Trump 88. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir equals 88 in Gematria. Okay, what's going on here? The Republican Party being complicit, being engineers of the deep state, allowing Donald Trump to dismantle Western institutions that is all designed to strengthen Russia. Vladimir Putin's birthday, October the 7th, 10-7, that is 107. Trump is a proxy of Russia, equals 107. You look at the gematria calculator. Putin's invasion of the West equals 107. That's the direct result of the presidency of Trump and dismantling NATO and trying to weaken America domestically by trying to waste money on a wall, by giving billionaires tax breaks, by raising the deficit. This helps Wall Street, the people that Donald Trump owes debt to as well. He couldn't get a loan from U.S. banks, so he had to go turn to Russia. Annexation of Crimea equals 88 as well. That was the early sign of Vladimir Putin's aim to create a greater Slavic state in the east of Europe. And President Putin is the modern-day Adolf Hitler. That's who he is. He's the modern-day Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler died on April the 20th. April the 20th was the day that he died. His time duration, Adolf Hitler, till Vladimir Putin's birthday, October the 7th, he isn't dead yet, is a time span of 171 days. No, that's 170. So there's 170 days from Adolf Hitler's day of death to Vladimir Putin's birthday. Look at what equals 170 in gematria. Vladimir Putin's invasion of East Europe equals 170. World War III in gematria equals 170. Weakening and dismantling NATO and trying to drop members out of the EU is meant to destabilize Europe in the region. And we're allowing this to happen. Keep in mind that we are allowing this to happen. It is because the deep state, the bankers and their puppets, are trying to orchestrate this next great geopolitical conflict that is all meant to benefit bankers. So all this completely decoded in this video.